So welcome back everyone, Mike here. It is a very cold and windy day here in Pennsylvania, but at least the sun's shining. It's actually kind of a nice afternoon. The big winter storm Harper was kind of a total flop here in our area. They were calling for well over a foot of snow. The rain line was just much further north, I guess, than what they thought it would be. We ended up with about 3.5 or 4 inches. That's all we got. So this morning I went down, plowed my neighbor's place, one of the neighbors, and down at the brick house. I plowed that with a Wrangler this morning. Now I'm going to try out the pusher box on Sherman, the RK24. I really like a pusher box. I'm going to be using it on a couple driveways where I'd probably normally use a snowplow, but I just kind of want to try it out. I have some experience with a pusher box. I ran one on a skid loader for several years. I did some commercial plowing, and that was a 10-footer, a big pusher box. But the key to those things is it's all about momentum. You know, even with a big skid loader, I mean, it was like a 9,000-pound machine. If you would get right up against, you know, some snow and try to start moving, you'd struggle at times. You'd just spin. But once you get moving, you got the weight of the machine, the weight of the pusher box. It just kind of cruises right along. Now on a tractor, I imagine you're going to have to kind of watch your steering a little bit. And, you know, if you try to put it in a float position, something like that, you're going to be lifting weight off of the front tires. So I'm guessing, you know, you may just want to keep making adjustments as you go. But I have no idea. I haven't tried it yet. I never ran a pusher box on a little subcompact before, but it looks like it should work pretty well. But anyway, I'm going to get started, and then we'll kind of go over it, and I'll tell you what I think. Alright, this is the RK by Top Dog pusher box. It's a 5-footer. This one's made for the RK24. So, you know, it's just a little bit wider than the machine itself. But I tell you what, it worked really well. This one here, the way it's set up right now, the cutting edge is just slightly higher than those shoes on the side of it, which is perfect for gravel driveways. Otherwise, you have basically a dozer blade. You know what I mean? We had all that rain yesterday. It was supposed to be snow, so the ground's actually pretty soft right underneath of all this snow. So you want to leave a little bit on it. But yeah, as far as traction goes, it pushes very well. There are a few times where, you know, you're turning the wheel. The tractor's not going to want to turn because I had a little bit too much down pressure on the pusher box. But it's pretty much what I expected. Yeah, it works really well. Now, like I said, normally for the driveways, I'll use a plow. I just kind of wanted to try this thing out. And so far, I'm impressed. It works really well. If you had a decent size, you know, parking area at your house or even a little commercial business, you could actually do it with this little tractor right here in that pusher box. Like I said, I used to run a 10-footer, so literally twice as big as this on a 9,000-pound skid loader. I had a real big one, and it worked really well. Something else that's nice about these, they're pretty much, hate to sound this way, but they're like dummy proof. They really are. I mean, there's not a lot that can go wrong with them. It's like anything else. Don't do anything dumb and you'll be fine, but you don't have to worry about hooking up hoses. They just push snow. You don't even really have to think. Just kind of pay attention that you don't run into anything, and that's really all there is to it. Oh, one thing though, you want to make sure that you have it level on the ground. So that big shoe, there's like a big skid shoe on the bottom. Try to uncover that a little bit. And a lot of snow on it, but when you're running it, you want it to be, you know, touching from front to back. You don't want to have it pitch back or pitch forward. You'll wear out those shoes faster, a lot faster that way. So you make it flat like it is right there, and you just push snow. I guess that's why they call it a pusher box. Pretty simple. Well, hopefully before the end of winter we'll get at least one really big snow. I don't know why I enjoy like big snowfalls. It's just really more work to do, but they're just kind of nice, especially when we get them in the beginning of March, something like that, because you know spring's right around the corner. Get a nice snow, everything looks real pretty, get it all cleaned up, move right into spring and summer. That's the way I like to do it. But as far as the pusher box goes, it works just like I expected it. Like I said, they're very simple, not a whole lot to them. It doesn't take much to run them at all. There's really no learning curve. Like I said, just keep those shoes on the sides flat when you're pushing. Don't put a lot of down pressure on it because you'll have a little bit of trouble with your steering. You're lifting the front tires off the ground. But besides that, they're simple to run and they work really well. And that RK24 worked actually better than I thought it would. You know, that's not a real heavy tractor. That's a 5-foot pusher box. And like I said before, I used to run a 10-footer on a 9,000-pound machine. So the tractor's not real big even for a 5-footer, but it works really well. But anyway, I think that's about it. Next snow, I'll try out the snowplow on the RK24. But like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks.